Hey, it's Big Jeff coming to you with another Car Audio 101, Episode 9.
Big Jeff's Audio 101.
Probably wonder why I'm holding this hammer. Check out our TikTok. We've been doing some cool videos, which is tiktok.com/Big Jeff Audio. And hit that like button. Leave a comment. It doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe, like, and follow. It helps out the channel. It helps out what we do and all the giveaways we do. But Car 101 audio, yes. This year we've been doing it with giving some shout outs where I see you, you see me, and we bring up some comments in past videos. So let's start off with question 1. What is sound staging and imaging in car audio? Well, I'll read you the definition. I'm gonna break it down. It says sound staging is perceived replacement of instruments and vocals. Imaging is how clear you can pinpoint those positions. Let me just break it down. The easy thing is you're sitting in your vehicle, you lean back, you close your eyes, and you listen to the music, because that's what we do this for. And the imaging and the staging should be that it sounds right from the center of your window, which means it would be like the band is right in front of you. That's the best way to understand staging and imaging. How can that be changed? Time alignment, you can adjust the frequencies of the speakers, the actual angles of it, all that, because you never want to drive and feel like your head keeps being pulled down to the kick or the door panel, because it's just so strong right here. It should always be from up here. Okay, that's SQ. Let's get to the first comment. J Payne 8096. This was in the unboxing of the American-based Godzilla 8 sub. I've been dealing with Bob since about 5 years before he started American Bass. Never had any issues with his products. They have always performed well. I will always recommend American Bass products. Hey, that's a great comment, and I'm sure Bob would love to hear that. I've been working with Bob for a while, and if you want to get the insight on him, go to our podcast. There was a podcast.
Yeah, the farther the products go, we're trying to be on the top of the chain. We're trying to bring out a new product, better products, at a real good price. That's why people keep coming back to us. We've been in this game for 40 years. I go all the way back to 8-track.
Just a couple months ago, we had Bob and his son Gerwin on there. Bob's been in the game a long time, longer than what most people think. And American Bass has been around for a long time. And I'll tell you what, we sell a ton of product. It just works. People love it. Okay, let's get to question number 2. How does Bluetooth audio compare to wired connections in terms of sound quality? Well, yes, Bluetooth, there is different types of Bluetooth. And there's different types of Bluetooth adapters and different codings. So yes, you can get a very cheap, cheesy type Bluetooth signal, which doesn't even do 5 points around. So make sure you look into that if you're going to use that. Compared to a USB and an aux cable, those are direct feeds. The other thing not that I don't like about Bluetooth, but it's a connection that can basically connect and unconnect. You'll have issues depending on how many different connections around you, frequencies and everything else can play into that. So if you are able to wire it up, I recommend that. Keep that in mind. It comes with security cameras too. Wi-Fi took over the world because you didn't have to run cameras, but I'll tell you what, Wi-Fi signals can be hacked. They cut in and out multiple times. If you ever was to watch a spectrum analyzer, you would see a Wi-Fi signal just doing this. So when in doubt, plug it in, wire it up. Okay, next comment. Mario Almada 8056. This was on a B2 Audio 610 DSP video. Why are the settings not being saved to my DSP every time I have to load the settings to the DSP? Well, there could be a couple things, Mario. First thing that comes to my head, on that DSP has a power, ground, and remote. The power needs to be constant power. The remote would turn the unit on. You might not have constant power. The other thing you can do is on your app, there is presets. I think it's like 6 or 8. I'd have to look at it. Get your settings, save it as a preset. So if you have the issue, you can just click that every time you go in there. But if that DSP has power, constant power, you should have no issue. We can happily say well over 300 of them installed, more than that sold, but I can confirm over 300 installed. We have had no issues. It's been user error. Okay. Number 3, what tools and accessories make a DIY car audio installation much easier? Must have. Okay, this is a good one. I just think if you're just an everyday guy, you gotta have the normal stuff, right? First thing you gotta have is a multimeter, not a test light. Multimeter checks continuity, voltage, ohms, so many things. Second, I'm gonna think a pair of strippers and crimpers. You could probably get away with the crimpers to strip wire, but it does make a mess. So, and then always Allen wrenches and I guess you get away with the drill or some type of screwdrivers. But normally it's gonna be, those are your major tools. Now there's tons of stuff we sell, like we have the Big Jeff tone generator, we do the Basehead Garage watt meter, voltmeter. So those are a ton of stuff, and I would love to list, but you need the basics, okay? Let's go on to the next comment. La Conde 01, Big Jeff battery video. Can you run batteries under the hood with these batteries? Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking, but I'm gonna do two parts here. No, you cannot run my batteries under your hood. Remember, lithium can only work to a certain degree down, certain degree up, which we have those specs in there. Under the hood gets too hot. Can you run it under the hood battery? Yeah, an AGM will work. It is still said to be properly used with some type of isolator or whatever, because the AGM will run or sit at a lower voltage, which will basically down from like 13 on the Big Jeff battery down in that 12, and that could be a problem, but they will work together. But no, you cannot put the Big Jeff under the hood. There's very few lithiums that can actually go under the hood with the heat. Okay, great question. I see you, you see me. Thanks for watching my videos. Question number 4, how do you pick the best spot to mount an amplifier for both performance and aesthetics? Well, that's a hard question, because aesthetics is going to be for you. I think you're going to mount an amplifier for access. A lot of people mount them on boxes with a lot of vibration. If you do that, maybe do some kind of grommets or some kind of buffer on there. But amplifiers are designed and made to take that vibration. But everything has a level, right? Everything can break. But I think you want to be able to, it's got to go with your design. It's a hard question to answer because there's so many variables in it. I know in the Yukon, which there's plenty of videos with the 33s in it.
Rolling up loud in the demo zone. B2 beats with a bass tone grown. 2 3 3s in the back, no clone. Hit you so hard it'll shake. Demo king, better hold on to.
Make it low. Demo music, let it blow.
We just did a simple wall, and I wanted to see more all the raw wiring, but we can get to everything very simply. Okay, let's get to the next comment. Fat phobic Gym God. I'm guessing this guy works out and he is fat phobic. Okay, he says this was on an XMAX 90 video, which is an awesome lithium battery from Excess Power. 100 price increase in a year is crazy. Well, you want to complain about that, you need to complain about Mr. Trump, because he is the reason for that. For the people that don't understand tariffs, you all pay the tariffs. Most manufacturers already ate a 7.5% and a 20% before this happened, which means they ate that. But even going back to 30, it's 30% more than that. Companies can't eat that and do the marketing and all the R&D and returns and everything else. So yes, the price went up. And the XMAX 90 is in the $1,000 range. So for it only going up $100, it's pretty good. Okay, I see you, you see me. Next question. Are there any wireless or smart car audio products that make installation simpler? I cannot fully say. I'd love to research it. But definitely would be stuff like DSPs or things like that, but not wireless amplifiers. I'm sure there might be some out there, but anything wireless is a signal and you have different interference and you have problems. I just always think wired. The DSP is still wired through RCAs or optical cable. You're only connecting with the app, which isn't so bad if it connects and disconnects, because you're just doing that for the settings. It's not really real time. If you're trying to use something that's real time, it's never going to be real time. But I always say it, wire it when you can. Okay, let's go to the next one here. P Shizzle in the house. I met P Shizzle at some shows and I've seen his videos. He won one of our original giveaways with Tapano equipment. Check him out, P Shizzle. He's got YouTube and everything else, Facebook. Well, anyway, he was talking about the Basehead Garage SPL video. Can't turn it up all the way. That proceeds to hit a casual 152. He is talking about us doing the demo of that Basehead Garage SPL meter that we have. It is the BHD-DB.
Let me turn my lights on. Show them we're in the
we're in the Beast. I gotta take it a little easy. We did separate a top spider on one. Okay, so on peak, it's showing me I was just holding this in midair. We have plenty in stock. They've been selling like crazy. I went in the Yukon. Now, let me understand, the 33s were not built to be some big giant bass SPL system. It was to show sound quality. It was to show the first one with 33 inches in a vehicle. There was multiple reasons, but it does get down. And in there, one, it is not completely sealed up on the B pillars, which even demoing at the last show, having the doors open, got to be careful. And the front facial has to be sealed up. We lose a lot going all the way through the back with the back door open. Once that's sealed up, it will create more pressure inside. But yes, P-Shizzle, without even trying, well, actually 152, we were popping a 156, which is definitely anything over 150s is something to brag about. You think, oh, they're 33 inches, should we do more? It was not built and designed that way. Keep in mind that those speakers really needed like 19 cubes a piece minimum, and we're doing about 20 cubes total. So overall, it's doing good. Once we seal it up, I will do an SPL just to tell people what it's doing, but I'll guarantee you it's definitely up in the upper 150s. Okay, I see you, you see me. Last question. How do you safely run power wires through a car's firewall without damaging anything? Well, I'll admit it. When I was 15, I started installing car stereo. I did damage. I learned my lesson because I poked right through a harness, and that was the worst thing. First thing you want to look for is factory grommets that have nothing going through them. If you can see a grommet on this side, you can kind of measure down and over to make sure you can see it up under the dash. If it's a grommet that has nothing in it, you can poke a hole in it, no problem. If you have a grommet with wires in it, be very careful. You don't want to poke through the wires. You can use a very thick zip tie, metal hanger, all types of stuff, but be very careful. You want to push it through maybe above and below, never in the middle, so you don't catch one of the wires. When in doubt, if you're able to and you can reach in with a drill through, but you got to compare on both sides. And a lot of dashes come down very low these days, not like older vehicles. You don't want to drill into anything. So I don't have extra, except if you have a grommet already, use that. Okay, listen, like, comment, and share, subscribe, and send us your questions. This is episodes where I see you, you see me, you might get a shout out. And you know what? This is what we do it. I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. Also representing B2 Audio USA, which is a huge growing brand. And guess what? We got some big stuff coming in on containers real soon, like Rampages, waterproof amps, tweeters, compression drivers. So stay tuned for that. Keep watching these videos. Share this out. Show some love. Hey, I'm Big Jeff from BigJeffAudio.com. I'll see you on the next one. You should have the sunglasses on over here. Why put them over there? What's the fuck? You don't need them over there.